going on? So today I got a couple things planned. First, I got to refuel, low on fuel from all the riding I've been doing. And second, I want to go back to the park today because I'm going to take some photos of my bike with my new camera. I just got a Sony a7 III camera. It's my first big professional camera. Now, I gotta say, the iPhone 10, which is the iPhone that I have, has been working outstanding for getting nice pictures and video. That's all I've been using. However, I wanted to really step up my game, and not even just for this channel, but for my own personal business endeavors and stuff. I really wanted to learn how to use a camera properly. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on getting a Sony a7 III. I thought that was a great camera for me to get because it does fantastic video and photo stuff. I don't want to just do video stuff. That's what I'm going to be using now for videos from now on, as well as all of the photos on my Instagram account. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, please do. I promise there's going to be some really nice photos coming in soon, hopefully from today. The only problem right now is that I don't have a tripod with me. I've been testing it out at home with a tripod, and the tripod really helps. I mean, you don't have to worry about, shaking by accident, but I can't really seem to fit that in my backpack. I'll show you everything I have in my backpack right now. It's a little loaded, which after I take the photos is going to be a little bit of an issue because I need to get some more food for my dragon, my bearded dragon, and on top of that, I need to do the main part of this moto vlog, which is I'm going to explain how I go through drive-thrus on a bike. People who only have a motorcycle probably are so used to it now, but some people might be a little worried about how does it really work? I mean, what do you do? How do you handle everything? And it's a process, and I've kind of developed my own way of approaching a drive-thru and how I go about doing it. You can even get a drink if you are careful enough. It works. I've done it before, and I don't spill the drink or anything, but I'm going to show you the way I go through a drive-thru to be efficient. You'll get used to doing it, and I got used to doing it because for a period of time I only had a motorcycle. So if I wanted to go get some Taco Bell, which is what I'm going to do today, you either go inside or you do the motorcycle drive-thru. So I'm going to fuel up really quick and we'll be right back. Alright, back on the road we go. So yeah, hopefully some people can find that my process for going through the drive-thru on a motorcycle makes it maybe less stressful, because honestly sometimes also I feel like it can be a little stressful to have cars behind you. I mean, that's just sometimes how I feel, because you don't know if they're like, oh man, this bike has to put his stuff in the backpack and this and that, and put his gear back or whatever, whatever's going on. But I've gotten to a point where I can do it so efficiently, I'm actually quicker than the cars. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So let's get ourselves over to the park. And I also want to do a quick shout out to everyone who's watched the first review video. It really means a lot to me, and it gives me motivation to keep going. So I appreciate all the support and everyone who liked the video and watched the other motovlogs I've done and the first ride. I promise the content is only going to get better from here on out. I really want to set the bar high, because for the content that I want to do, the quality is way more important than the quantity. While I might only release one video a week, I promise the video that comes out will be of quality and worthwhile to watch. And I'm going to try my best to increase the amount of content that I can put out, as long as the quality is still there. Now, another thing I also want to show today is I got this new cleaner for my bike, because I don't have access to running water outside. I can't really wash my bike, but I was shown this waterless wash and wax kind of spray stuff that I can go ahead and wash my bike without having to be near a hose, and I'm going to show you that today, and I'm going to use it before I take pictures because it still gets dirty. I mean, I don't know what, look at this. I don't know if you could see it, but I see like this, like there's just residue on the bike. A day after washing your bike out here, it will be covered, and it's pretty annoying, but that new stuff I got should hopefully allow me to wash it on the go. I'm going to bring it with me and make sure that when I take a picture it doesn't look all dirty and dusty. Now another thing though, with the camera, I bought like this whole kit. Okay, I got a gimbal for the A7 III, and that is gonna change the game. That is gonna change everything for me, because now I'm gonna have a top-notch camera attached to a top-notch gimbal, and ooh, I am excited to get some really nice looking shots. Now everything that I'm using in any of the videos are going to be posted in the description, so if you're interested in getting anything, it's all linked in the description for people to, you know, if you want to replicate my motovlog setup, if you like how it sounds, go ahead and take a look. I'm going to do a motovlog setup video at some point. I mean, everyone does, I feel like, so I'll do mine. Oh, man, I almost forgot. I gotta reset my miles, and I really missed that BMW. This bike is totally, like, honestly, it's fine. Like, I'm not unhappy having this bike. It's super fast still. I mean, it's a fast bike, especially with acceleration, with the flash that I have, but that BMW was something else. I mean, it was insane. And it had like a fuel gauge on it, which I kind of miss. You don't have to do the whole, you know, trip A, reset it every time you get fuel. You don't have to do that on the BMW. It's just all there. So here we are at the park. I'm gonna go ahead and wash the bike a little bit. We'll get it clean enough to where it doesn't look horrible. Just a little bit here. I'm worried about this sticker. I don't know how gentle I gotta be around it. That's something I gotta watch out. These mirror covers on the back just get wrecked every time, and then the headlights too. Like any night riding, you're gone. Don't even bother washing your bike if you're gonna go out for a night ride. It's not worth it. It doesn't look too bad though, looking at it now. But I mean, I see some spots here. You can kind of, I don't know if you can tell on the GoPro, but you can see the discoloration difference. Alright, so let's see. We got my Pelican case, also linked in the description. Aero Cosmetics, wash, wax, all. Let's do a little test though. Let me show you. Oh, gotta turn it on, of course. Rushing too fast. Alright, so you got all that here, right? Wipe it down. Look at that. I mean, it's great. For that part though, I don't want to go like too inside, so I'm just gonna spray a little on here and then just wipe it down, and look at that, gone. So this stuff does work. Don't need too much of this stuff, just enough to make it look nice. So like right here, this edge, boom. Look at that sparkle all of a sudden too. Jeez, I mean, come on. What else do you want from a wash? Looks so much better. So here's the Pelican case. This is the Pelican 1300. And here we are, the Sony A7 III camera. I got the, it's just like a little silicone cover that goes over the whole camera, just for, you know, extra protection, along with a glass screen protector here. It's a little off, unfortunately, when I put it on, but it does its job. It doesn't change anything about it. So, I'm going to take some pics, and then we're going to do the drive-through tips and tricks, if you want to call it. So I will be back soon. Alright, packing back up. I think they came out pretty good. It's really hard to see during the day like this, like on the screen. It's just, you can't really tell if it's actually good or not. But from what I could see, it looked good. So we'll check out later. And if you go to my Instagram, you probably have already seen them by now. But now we're gonna head to the pet store, pick up some food for my dragon, and then we'll get to the POV drive-thru on a motorcycle. Now, as I mentioned in one of the other motor vlogs, I think it was the first one, I do want to do car stuff. I'm not only a motorcycle rider, I do really like cars. I got into cars before I got into motorcycles. So, do expect some more car content to come along. Something I'm also planning on doing one of these days is heading out to the Angeles Crest Highway. Not just for me to ride through it, but I think it would be nice to get some footage of other riders coming by. You know, I'm not going to be nearly as crazy as some of these riders are out there. So it would be nice for me to experience that from the sidelines, and also just practice getting some shots on my new camera. I think it would come out pretty good. Gonna cheat the system a little, come over here, not turn, take the pedal bike lane, and then turn. That's how I do it. Alright, so gonna get some bearded dragon food, and I will be back. Alright, ready to go to Taco Bell. And there's actually one right here. How convenient is that? But yeah, I'll just kind of walk you through how I deal with it, I guess. It's really interesting when you do it for the first time, but you get used to it, especially if you're a commuter. I mean, it's just one of those things you gotta get used to doing. It's a little strange for the first time. This is a sucky place to have to turn in too, though. I cut in front of everyone here. Alright, so the first thing that I do is turn the bike off. You don't want your engine or muffler making all this noise. So just turn it off. Leave it in first gear, that way if you're on like a hill, sometimes these drive-thrus are pretty unstable. You can at least just like, you know, relax and not worry about the bike just rolling back on you into the car that might be behind you or forward. But you know, sometimes it gets a little tough to move even with the clutch pulled in. So sometimes I alternate between, you know, neutral and first gear with the clutch pulled in for moving. Whatever is easier for you. And we got someone behind us, so perfect way to do this because we have a line. Alright, so we're gonna move up here. Just walk it up. Nice and quiet. You know, you don't want to bother people with their engine running. It's just annoying. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and place my order, and once that happens, we're going to walk the bike around to as far up as we can. There's probably going to be a car or two in front of us, and at that point I'm going to take the backpack off, because what you want to do is you want to get your backpack ready to put the food into, and you want to have your card out, or however you're paying, if you're paying with cash. So you want to get all that ready before you get to the window if possible. Now sometimes there's not going to be a car there and you'll go right up to the window. In that case, if there's nobody behind you, it doesn't really matter how long you take. But you know, if you're in the situation where there's, you know, someone behind you and possibly someone behind them, and like you don't want to hold anyone up, so you just want to be as efficient as possible. So just get ready ahead of time, like think ahead of what you're about to do. Sometimes also these things won't trigger, so that's another thing to watch out for. Hi, good. Can I do a Crunchwrap Supreme with no sour cream? Crunchwrap Supreme, no sour cream? Yeah, please. Okay. And that'll be it. Any mayo fire from? No, thank you. Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna roll around here. So yeah, we do have 2 cars in front of us. This is great. So if there's more of a line in front of you, you got more time to get ready, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and take my backpack off now. Put it up front. Thankfully the crunch wrap is nice and flat. So I don't know what I would do. If it was like a big... I couldn't order nachos right now. There's no way. That's the thing. You are limited when you're going through a drive-thru. Now, if you were to get a drink, though, you can do it without having, you know, a cap or anything. You can do it. I've done it before. You just have to hold your backpack like this. That way, when you put the drink in the side... Now, of course, I don't think I could do it with how much stuff I have in here right now. It's too tight, but if you don't have a lot of stuff in your backpack, you can totally put a drink in here, and as long as you just keep it upright, it's not going to spill. Just keep in mind when you're riding to just kind of like sit upright as much as possible, because I know on, like, you know, sport bikes, you're going to be leaning forward, which you don't want. So you got to be careful of that. And now that I'm at this point, I know I got to pay for the food, right? Of course. So I'm going to go ahead and reach in my pocket here. Got your backpack ready. You got your payment ready. If you don't want to hold on to the glove, you can even kind of just shove that in here. You know, ready to go, ready to put the food in, pay. If you want to be even faster, though, what you can do is put the food in here and don't zip it up yet. Just put the food in here, get your payment back, put it in your pocket, roll up a couple feet to let the other car go up to the window, and then zip everything up and, you know, put your other glove on. If you have to take your gloves off, put your payment away, you know, do everything after the fact. Just get the food, get your card back, shove it in here, go. You can even pull over to a parking spot if you want, or, you know, whatever you gotta do. But, you know, just be quick. That's really all that I feel like is important. I don't want to hold people up. So move up here. Got the card ready to go. You know, everything's ready to go. Thank you.
Okay, over there.
You too. Now this time I'm actually just going to shove it right up here so I can move out of the way. And I was faster than the car that was in front of me. Pull up enough, that guy behind me has enough for him to deal with what he's got to do. And I mean, by the time he gets his food and pays and all that, we're going to be gone. So that's about it. Oh man, I almost zipped my glove in here. Again, a little more tricky when you got a drink, but it is possible. I've done it several times. You don't want to give up the drive-thru experience. It's just so convenient and easy. But yeah, so hopefully that kind of explained how I like to go through the drive-thru. You can pretty much get whatever you want on a motorcycle. It's not really too restricted. I mean, obviously you can't go pick up a whole meal for your whole family unless you have a massive backpack, but it can be done, and it's not something you have to sacrifice if you want to completely commute on a motorcycle and just like that would be your only form of transportation. It's totally doable. But I'm gonna go ahead and race home now and bite into that tasty Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. So I'm still working on that review. I do want to reshoot all of the B-roll that I did initially when I went out to do it the first time in that moto vlog I did a couple weeks ago. I'm waiting for the gimbal to come in for my new camera, and then I'm gonna go shoot that B-roll again. For now, that's where we're at. That's what's been going on. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. Please leave me a comment if you want to say anything. I really appreciate all the support so far. It's my first time doing anything like this. I never thought I would be in front of the camera doing anything like that, or, you know, talking to a camera for people online to watch. I never thought, let me just speed through this, I don't want to wait. I never thought I'd be doing that. I've always been someone to be behind the camera. I'm always into the behind the camera stuff, but being in front of the camera is totally new to me. It's weird. It's, you know, I have a hard time getting words out sometimes. Can we make this? Oh geez, here we go. Wish me luck. Oh boy. But I hope you've been enjoying everything I put out so far. And please subscribe if you have liked anything, even anything a part of this video. I promise my content is only going to be getting better. And of course, the most important thing is that I want you to either be entertained or informed on anything motorsports. Whatever I can get access to, I would love to make something out of in the form of a video. So stay safe out there, and until next time, peace.